So yeah, Duncan, I don't know if I let you know, but we do have a stream where I've got all this going on.
Yeah, that does ring a bell, yeah. There's absolutely no problem at all. I DM another D&D game that gets streamed, so don't worry about it, really.
Okay, cool. Okay, so it's been quite a bit, about 2-3 weeks since our last game, and so you'll get back into it pretty quick as to what's all happened and where we're all at. Yeah, we do have a new guy who's joined us since our last game, Duncan, and so I was going to do a little bit of an intro for him, and then kind of get back into it and go from there. So, to start, oh, by the way, there is a part in this game, or we might get to it, that will require having sound. So I know some of you might have like the music turned off, but I'll let you know when it is. But we do have, I've got a sound bite that I need to run. But anyway, let me get started. There's that, and Forest Day. So, let's get you switched over. In a rose garden, this is a flashback. In a rose garden outside of the Sathir estate, Samira waits for her assistant Maris to return with medicine and some supplies to fix her dress. Another of the invited members to the wedding, Duncan Val, noticed Samira upset and plays her a tune on his lute, a tune that he's been working on. When the song finishes, Samira says, "Ah, that sounded oddly familiar, like you were mixing the melodies of a few classics. At any rate, I like it. I'd be excited to hear the final version." So then she asks, how was the ship ride for you? It made me a little seasick, which is why Maris is out.
Oh, well, I've told you enough about my family trip. I'm more than used to riding upon rougher oceans than that.
Ah, that's right. You are the sailor type. Quite a bit of experience on the seas.
Well, not of fishing mostly, but now and again, you do get caught up in a storm.
Yeah. So she kind of looks away for a little bit and is playing with her hair. She says, "Duncan, have you ever been in love?"
Why do you ask? I can't quite say.
It's just all so awkward for me because of what's happening right now with this marriage. I've still never talked with Stefan. I mean, I hear about him and his exploits, and I'm so afraid he won't like me. As you know, my father's protective, so I've never had many chances to leave our town, save the journey to Elukshta, which you brought me on. I'm as dull as a stone, I feel, and I just keep thinking about the human condition. They have such high ambitions because of the short amount of time they live. I feel like being with Stefan will stand but a short chapter in my life, yet a lifetime for him, and I want it to be something he can appreciate. What can I do?
I understand your concern. Though I am a young dark elf myself, I would be positively veritable by human standards. I myself have not had the privilege of being in a relationship with a human, so I am unable to fully empathize. The only advice I can really give, Countess, is this is the way of the world. You were born into noble blood, and this is your duty. Simply take things one day at a time. Just try to enjoy his presence while it lasts.
So she smiles when you say that, and then she kind of changes the subject a little bit. Duncan, in your time as a mercenary, have you ever fought any ogres?
I may have. Why?
Can you tell me about them? And with that, the flashback ends, and it goes on to another part where we see Stefan meeting up with Samira. It was during the reception of the wedding, and so it was just something that happened in the background. And now the ambience is no longer a forest. It is the where was it? No, not audience. Ambience. Tavern lively. So Stefan is with Samira, and they just broke away during the reception to have a little chat. So Stefan's, so what do you think of Nagaf? It's just like Father told me. Fresh air, tall green trees and grasses, and happy people in the streets. Yes, it is something nice to come back to. I travel often these days. Lots of adventuring, so I always have something I can come back to and appreciate. So then Samira, she looks upset. You won't be around much then. Do you maybe want to come along in one of my journeys? No, I must stay here by my father's wishes, unfortunately. There's too much excitement that it's been costly, so they don't let me wander as freely. And then she kind of indicates to Stefan her amputated arm. If you don't mind me asking, what on earth did that? It was a raiding party of ogres. Ogres raided you then? No. She gives a slight smile. I was the raiding party. And Stefan, he gives a smile of amusement and interest. You? No. I assure you, did you know that the best manner to distract a camp of ogres is with a handful of silver? They always quarrel among themselves and they tend to pummel each other. Then when they're fatigued, bruised, and distracted, that's the optimal time to strike. Impressive! This is our secret, by the way, and it happened long ago, and so I'm out of practice. The others think he was an animal, but in any case, I don't wish to dwell on this. Stefan regains his composure. Yes. You look lovely, by the way. Stefan, Samira interrupts. I don't know what it is our fathers see in each other, but I hope we can find whatever it is with each other whatever that is with each other as well. Our time is something I'd like both of us to enjoy. Stefan nods, and they both rejoin the party. And with that, the flashbacks end. Damn it. And we now find ourselves back at the inn. So it is now around midnight on the 4th day of Akset during the month of Rist. And in the lobby of the Sathir estate, we have Klaus and Relic, who recently came in the building. They were about to relay something to the party, or just to meet back up with them. But yeah, so Klaus and Relic, they just kind of are hanging around the lobby right now. And while they are, there is a messenger who comes in, and he rushes by, and he goes up to Klaus and Relic. What you saw were a group of guards just kind of standing around a doorway. And the messenger says, and you can hear him pretty clearly say, I have the scouting report for the Baron. You must let me in. And then the guard stands aside, and he lets the messenger in. Do you investigate at all to see what the heck is happening around there?
Yep. Do we know? Is that where Stefan is?
You don't know. Klaus does not know.
Well, I'll just approach the guard.
Okay, and I don't know if Relic is still a spider, by the way, but I'm just gonna say that he's not. So when you approach, they're kind of like guarding the doorway, but when you peek by, or when you peek in, you do see the mayor, and he's talking to a sort of a well-dressed guy. He's wearing shiny armor, and so you can kind of discern that he may be the marshal or of the like. But at any case, yeah, the guards are standing in the doorway, and they say, unless you have business with the mayor, we cannot let you through. And so,
Sorry, I just overheard the scouting report. We were at the west gate with Stefan. We repelled a Gnoll attack on it. Just curious if any more information has come around.
and then the guard, he says, well, I'm sorry, but the city is going to do what they can to take care of it right now, and if we need any more assistance, we will let the people know. And so, around this time, coming down the stairs, you see your dwarf friend Tornir come out, and he said, Mr. Klaus, Mr. Relic, I think you better come up and see this.
All right, you seem a bit stressed.
Oh, he is very stressed. As stressed as you can be for a dwarf, he has a single bead of sweat running down his forehead, which is quite a bit of stress. So, with that, you follow Tornir up to the Keramati suite in room 303. So you enter, and you do see this guy, Cedric. He's kind of pacing about. He looks a little upset, a little impatient, but then you do see the door to Samira's room now open. And Tornir, he doesn't pay really any attention to Cedric. But when the door opens, you do see the scene unfold in front of you. That is, Samira has been, it appears that Samira has been killed, and everyone is now kind of around her, and it's a very solemn scene that you all see. So there was a note that was given to everyone. Oh, and before we do all this, I do want to kind of introduce Duncan's character, who we'll say kind of rushed in the room a little bit before you guys. And so, Duncan, if you want to describe your character and their appearance.
Yeah, sure thing. So Duncan is a Reyamese dark elf. He stands roughly 5 feet 10 inches tall. He has a robust build and usually would give off a very confident sort of posture and stance. Although now, rushing into the room and sort of seeing the scene, he is stood with his back against the wall, sort of arms crossed, sullen, looking down at the floor. You can see he has this slightly protruding gut underneath his armor that sort of betrays his love of food and drink. And he sort of cuts an atypical silhouette for an elf. His eyes are a dim crimson colour, and his skin is sort of a muted grey violet. He has a shock of raven black hair that he just sort of lazily brushes back. He sports a moustache and a knotted goatee that snakes down to his chest, and he's got all sorts of beads and braids and trinkets interwoven. He wears this functional set of leather armour with little scraps of steel and metal sort of hastily taped and tied onto certain areas of his body, like his forearm and his pauldrons. He also has this very distinct bright orange cloak, like sort of upon his back and like flowing down his sides, and upon his chest there is a iron sigil pinned to his armour. The sigil depicts a fist clutching a flaming sword by the blade, and crisscrossing his back are a steel longsword and a black patterned mahogany lute strapped to holsters.
I think you win the prize for most descriptive character.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's pretty good. So yeah, Duncan, you do see the door kind of open behind you, and you see a dwarf, typical dwarf, standard issue, as well as a guy who appears to be a half orc of sorts, and then a half elf. So they seem to kind of want to see what's going on in here.
Sorry, sir. Could I get in? You're kind of.
Of course. I'm not quite myself. He sort of moves to the left of the doorway and just sort of plants his back against the wall.
Okay.
Shit. Yep. Thank you.
So, Tornir, he just tells you, so this is just something that happened during, well, we were all trying to take care of the Western Gate. Apparently, as you can see, there's glass broken on the floor, and we're sure it was an assassination of some sort. And this was the note that they left. So I did click show all players. There should be a note that you can all see.
Yep.
Note is the note from Violetta, or it says that it's a V, but kind of at the end of last session, Stefan, he revealed what the V was. To all beings this may concern. We regret to inform you that Lady Samira has been slain by our hand. Her soul has been compromised, with many thanks to a treasure held by her wonderful husband Stefan. Should you want her soul to be returned, 50,000 gold in 10 days to Galarian Lake. We'll be watching closely for any trickery. Should we discover any underhandedness, we'll slowly grind the stone containing her soul until she bleeds to nothingness. And then also, kind of at the end, which might answer a few questions. We wish you the best of luck in managing your current predicaments, and we do hope this is to prove that we are not to be trifled with. Should you deliver the gold early, we will lend you the bones of your farmers to help pacify the Mutt men. So, yeah. So, Duncan, you weren't here on the last session, but the players were taking care of an assault of the Gnolls. Like, the Gnolls are kind of in the city right now. They've been assaulting it, but there was a big rush on the western gate, and it was revealed to the players then that there was the head of their prince was on a pike, and that's what brought them all here, supposedly. So,
right, okay.
Now, this note is kind of to suggest that they may be the ones behind that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the room right now, there is Dominic and Stefan, and then also Verza and Sorab, the mother and father of Samira, and 2 guards. And then also you kind of see huddled up against the wardrobe is Maris Tovan, who you did a little bit of adventuring with when you were trying to retrieve the ring. But so right now it's kind of up in the air as to what is all going to happen and how to take care of the situation. Because now we've got a deadline before Samira is just gone. And Stefan seems pretty torn up about the whole thing. There is a point where they're all having like a short little discussion, saying their I don't knows and all that. But the 2 guards, these 2 sort of honor guards, they say, when we rushed into the room, we saw this one huddled in the corner in a puddle of blood, and he had a red circle swirling underneath him. And Morris, he just kind of he stands up and he says, "No, it wasn't me. I didn't do it."
Duncan just sort of gently puts his hand on Maris' shoulder. Now, Maris. Thou doth protest too much. May apply here. Calm down, this is a murder investigation after all.
Could I give a glance throughout the room with detect magic?
Yeah, sure. So, what you can detect is not anything out of the ordinary other than the items that some people may be carrying. And it's just like among the players, but then the obvious one, which is pretty magical, is of course Stefan's ring, which has the jewel.
Yep.
and that's it. But anything that really stands out has kind of dissipated. And you did take a glance over at Maris because you heard that bit about like a red circle under him, but it seems to have faded now. But the guards, they kind of move in and they say, "Well, at any rate, he is a suspect for the murder of Lady Samira." And they try to go in and apprehend him and grab him, but then he disappears. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a little ball that he throws to the ground, and in a puff of smoke, he disappears. And he did so kind of with tears in his eyes when he did that.
Duncan sort of looks down at the ground where the smoke is sort of dissipating. He takes his smoking pipe out of his satchel, puts some tobacco in it and sort of lights it and puts it to his mouth. "Well, that won't help his case," and leans back against the wall.
Did that whole puff of smoke, was that magical or just...
It was
smoke?
mundane.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting how he did that without any magic, but okay. Could someone fill me in? We just kind of went through a few Gnolls on our way here, and we're not sure what's happening.
So at this point, they would have shared the note with you for you to read, and what sort of happened is Samira was killed, and they called in Cedric to try and resurrect her or revive her, but because her soul has been taken by the rule stone that Stefan had. So that means that they stole the rule stone from Stefan.
Okay, I was going to ask about that.
Yep. And then Samira's soul cannot return to her body, so she cannot be revived. And now they're holding her soul for ransom.
Inside the rule stone.
Yes.
Yep. So, Stefan,
Yep.
what's the plan?
That's what we're trying to figure out right now. I'm a little bit flustered myself, and we're not even sure how we're going to be able to secure the funds. 50,000 gold.
Does Duncan know about the treasure that Stefan has stolen?
Treasure?
Yeah,
The treasure's
the
referring
treasure.
to his rule stone.
Yeah, the rule stone.
Oh, the rule stone. That's
Yes.
that's news to Duncan. His
Right,
So that was like kind of one of the first things is you saw them all really upset with Stefan. Is like, why would you do that? You know that this is a banned substance. They would destroy that in this land if they ever found you with that. And Stefan is just kind of going on to say kind of what he told you guys, saying that we need to understand it before we can just destroy it left and right. Our enemies in the east are using it, and we need to know what it's capable of.
Yeah.
And what's to say they didn't have a rule stone already prepared?
I don't know, but yeah, at this point, the problem now is, there's a lot of there's a lot of issues which may make it difficult for them to secure the funding, but the floor is kind of open for you guys to think of any ideas for how they can help out this situation if you would like, if you would so wish.
Stefan, you know this V person, right?
Yes, it's just Violetta. I suppose that it was a letter written on behalf of their entire organization. But yes, I am very familiar with them. They're a faction of necromancers, and they've spawned recently on the Isle of Nagaf. Quite recently, it seems. I'm not sure where they came from or who their leader is exactly, but their deeds are heinous, and they continue to grow. It was first that they just did a few magic tricks just like any other passing wizard, but then it slowly turned into deeds such as extortion and, well, now what we see in front of us. But I never knew that their operations would grow to such an extent. We saw them mainly as pests, but now we know that they're capable of so much more heinous deeds.
Would I know how much or how little 50,000 gold would mean to a noble house like Stefan's? Like, is it an absolutely insurmountable sum? Or is it within their capability?
So, to put things in perspective, in Stefan, he is kind of the son of the Baron. Dominic is the Baron of Jerry. Jerry is the town which is to the east. I'm just going to bring over the overview. So he's from Jerry. Stefan is from Jerry, and Jerry's got a population of around 400 people.
Right.
And then there's OEME to the north, which has a population of around 200 people, and then Janus Post has around 3,000 people. How much does 50,000 mean to them? It is really subjective based on the situation. But the problem is kind of like you would find in modern economics, is they're needing money right now.
Yeah.
And it's possible that they don't have it on them right now. But, and I don't know.
So it could be said that the noble house's wealth is tied up in all sorts of property and taxes and da-da-da-da-da-da, such that they don't have a personal fortune anywhere close to that, right?
That is it's a good assumption.
Yeah.
They seem to be really taken aback by the amount.
Right. Okay.
So this is what they're asking of Stefan and Dominic. Any other thoughts? Any other ideas?
Do we know how powerful they are?
So, based on what Stefan revealed, he was saying that they were mainly just kind of pests. He never saw them as like the super powerful beings that would cause such damage. So this is definitely new for them. But because no one was there besides Maris and the guards who saw the assassins, or no, the guards were outside. The guards were kind of posted outside, and but yeah, apparently they're powerful enough to go in and kill a prince of a Gnoll prince, mount his head on a pike, and incite an assault from an entire Gnoll tribe, and then also use that as a distraction to break into assassinate a noble.
Duncan sort of takes the pipe out of his mouth as he's sort of mid-smoke, blows a cloud of smoke out. Your Highness, Stefan, do we happen to know where this filth is based? Perhaps we can end this swiftly with decisive action.
As I've said, I do not know. I don't know where they've come from. It
appears to me as though this lot and the Gnolls have some kind of connection. If we were to hunt down the source of the Gnolls, perhaps we could get some information. Our time is limited.
I'm not sure. They did mention leaving it at Galarian Lake.
Yes.
But to say that they are in league with the Gnolls after killing their prince, I'm not sure.
They just use the Gnolls as a distraction for us to get inside.
Duncan gestures towards Klaus with his pipe. Less in league, more in subjugation.
Do we know what having the soul returned means? Like in this context?
If they have the soul returned to Samira, or if her soul is released from the Rule Stone, then Cedric is able to revive her.
Yep.
I see.
So that's the whole thought. And what does that mean? Well, as you kind of remember, this whole marriage was a big political move. And so because the ties between the families has now been severed, as short as they were together, it could be problematic. Especially because Samira and her family and Duncan, they hail from the Ashar Empire, who is trying to increase their ties with the Sathir Empire. And so this was more than just a political alliance between the two towns, but also as a kind of beginning on the bonds between the two nations. So they see it as pretty important. But also, as shown in the flashback, Stefan kind of liked her. So
I feel like the Gnolls aren't in contact with them. When we were at the Western Gate, their leader wholeheartedly believed we're responsible for the death of their prince, and the head just kind of appeared there. So I think they were just pawns for the B gang.
I would tend to agree with you, Mr. Klaus, says Stefan.
We could possibly scout out around the Golarian Lake, see if we spot anything, but then if we get found out, they might just crush the stone.
That's very true, but I guess they are expecting someone to drop off the payment, so they may just
Our
need...
waiting period is 10 days. We still have some time to find them.
Seems like we should do two things. We should try to find the money in case anything happens, or if we can't, find a different way. And then in parallel, we should attempt to find where they are, where she's being kept, or the stone is being kept.
Should we go for the two-prong? We go and scout out and try to find where they're holding the soul gem. I'm not really sure what to call it.
Rule Stone.
And try to take it back. And you try to raise the funds.
Is Klaus addressing the nobles in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just talking.
Yeah, so Stefan, he's saying that it's such an insurmountable amount. I don't know. Dominic, his father, he just kind of looks over at him. He says, Stefan, maybe we could offer your ring? And kind of at that moment, the doors, they swing open, and Cedric says, all right, Mr. Dominic, you and I must have a discussion now. I cannot wait anymore. Please come with me. And so Dominic, he's just kind of raises an eyebrow at Cedric and starts to follow him out. And then Cedric, he closes the door behind him. So do any of you kind of try to listen in?
I was literally just about to say that, yes. I would like to try to eavesdrop.
So, put your ear against the door, or however way you would like to do so. You do listen in to Cedric and Dominic, and so Dominic is saying things like, what is the meaning of this? And then Cedric begins. Lord Dominic, the chapter of St. Kelsith is aware from our scouts that the Crimson Path, a criminal organization of exiled mages, is responsible for the creation of a jewel which you purchased recently. They did not imagine an object of such power to be for a Baron of Sathir. Wishing to extend your life is considered unnatural, Lord Dominic. Therefore, the jewel has been declared unnatural in the eyes of Michelangelo, and so, though I have enjoyed the festivities, I cannot delay this further. I must reveal that I've been sent on behalf of High Vicar Amadexis of the Sathirian Church of Michelangelo to retrieve the jewel and destroy it. The tender you have expended for its purchase, no matter how great, is to be considered tainted and forfeit. Furthermore, an investigation is to be launched against your town of Jerry by the church to learn more of your relationship with the Crimson Path, and if this extent of this camaraderie shall be considered concerning to the Holy Empire of Sathir. I understand how your current economic and political situation may be dire, and I apologize. My hand cannot aid in Samira's immediate revival. But speaking frankly, the soul of an ash-skinned dark elf who worships a god of fear is of less importance to the church than a mole who seeks to undermine the empire through leaguing with criminal heathens. I demand from you now, answer me where it is or answer Michelangelo. And, so Dominic, he gulps and he answers, We appreciate your coming to the wedding, Cedric, but I'm afraid such rash accusations will not be taken lightly. Should you have evidence of this transgression, the matter will be settled by a court. In the meantime, I'm afraid I cannot humor your request to relate the whereabouts of whatever ring it is you're talking about. And at that point, there is a pause. The jewel is on a ring, then. Thank you, Dominic. And with that, Cedric, he leaves the room, and and you hear the door close pretty hard behind him, and so Cedric goes out into the hallway, and Dominic, he kind of collapses to the ground briefly. So then he gets up. And he opens the door, and he enters in, and he kind of looks to the left and right of him, and he notices, like, it's just sort of a tense atmosphere. He's just like, "Oh, you were listening, I'm sure."
No, I just heard some murmuring.
Duncan silently nods, almost commiseratingly.
Klaus has a -1 perception. I doubt he heard much.
So, Dominic, he goes over to, he rushes in and he tells Stefan, you need to hide that ring. Cedric means to destroy the jewel, and our family has sacrificed too much for it. Right now, Cedric thinks I am the one using the jewel for my own, and I'm sure he's ransacking our room as we speak. You need to get out of here quick, though, before he gets any ideas. I don't want him on your trail. Stefan, he jumps to his feet as he's kneeling beside Samira. Understood. Friends, we have unfinished business with these Gnolls. Have any of you learned more of their movements?
The guards at the north gate are repelling them, and there are a few in the city. We took care of a few on our way here, but there's probably some stragglers still around.
Do you know where they may be moving, though? Do you know where we might...
Last we checked, they were attacking the north gate. The west was safe, and the few that got in on the attack on the west are still somewhere straggling around the city, so I'm not sure.
I'm sure that there's someone who might have more information about this.
Scout They did just get a scout report downstairs to the mayor. I tried listening, but they shoot me out.
Stefan, he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "Worry not. I will get us an audience with the mayor." And so, with that, you guys can, unless there's anything else you wanted to do while you're in the room or anything else you wanted to ask, you guys can head downstairs to the lobby.
So roughly how much time passed in this whole conversation?
About 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so 15 more minutes.
For what? What is it?
Because I'm still clad in ice armor. And
Oh.
have 15 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Okay, so... Boom. Just drag all you guys down here. Shift your vision. I love that. So Stefan, he goes up to the guards. And he tells them...
I don't have control of the other token.
You don't have
So-
control of this guy?
I made another one because that was the one I had control of.
Try that. No, there's
The
two
one
of
on-
you.
The
Oh,
one
God,
on the
now there's
left
two
I
of them.
don't have control of.
There's two of them. Which, I don't know. Which one is the...
It was the one on the right that I had control of.
There. Okay, yeah, you're good with this one. So, Stefani goes up to the guards and he says, I hear that's, there may be a scouting report that was released recently. We're wanting to offer our hands to help with the mayor. And, so the guard says, oh, Mr. Stefan, sure. Please enter. He steps aside, and you are all able to come in.
Duncan, as he passes, just gives a polite nod to the guard before he goes in.
So you enter in the room, and this is the room where there was the reception for the wedding. And it's been cleaned up quite a bit. The food's been taken away, and the tables have been rearranged to where they originally were. And so you just see the mayor and his marshal, who's introduced himself as Rico Johannes. And so Stefan, he just goes up to the mayor. He says, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to present myself and my battalion here. We're wanting to do what we can to help with the Gnoll invasion.
Duncan just sort of like does a little mock salute in response to him. Italian.
Yeah.
I just
you
do like
can
a small
you can
wave.
tell that he just kind of made that up.
Yeah.
But at any rate, oh yeah, you guys can enter the room too. Thaddeus. I forgot I have to control Jareth and Hojing. But the mayor, he says, very well. Well, I guess it may be appropriate for me to hand this over to Mr. Rico Johannes, our marshal. And so he kind of gives you all a bow, and he says, well, I guess you will all be seeing a little bit more information than our men on the street have, but this is all for the best. We can figure out where to best place you. Let's review what our scouts have given them.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
So this is the overview of Janus Post. It's kind of seen as a bit of an overview map, and they've made a lot of markings on it, showing where the Gnolls have been and where they expect them to be. You can see kind of the paw prints are where they have a known presence, and the X's is where they have tried to go and they've been taken away. And so 13, as you can see right there, that was where you guys repelled them, but then you saw they kind of spread out a little bit. Some of them even were able to get past and climb over the walls a little bit, you may have seen. And so you can see that there, as Klaus had mentioned, there's two guards which are guarding the north gate, and they seem to have their hands tied quite a little bit. And Rico, he mentions that they've enlisted the services of the Champions of Reyam, which is one of the Fighters Guild of kind of this continent, more or less. And they were able to repel pretty easily the Gnoll presence in the guild's district. And so now they're kind of all heading in a their respective paths, just trying to take care of things as they see them. You guys right now are on the Star, and so they're just kind of they're reviewing this all now, and so now it's kind of up to you guys. Which way do you want to go to try and attack them? Rico, he says that it's much too dangerous to go to the north gate, but I'm sure that we can take care of some of the presences inside the walls.
Duncan smokes a puff of smoke from his pipe and lowers it towards the table, put both hands on the table. It seems to me the optimal course of action would be to rendezvous with the champions in the market plaza, clear that area, then perhaps head upwards west towards the middle class residences.
Sounds like a plan. Hit the docks market, rendezvous with the champions.
Yes.
So Uruk, when you look at this map, Uruk, it's kind of concerns you, because as most people who live there, most people who live in a city, when they're seeing a battle map, they would want to look and see where they are, where their house is. By the way, are you muted, Uruk? If you're been trying to, no, you're not. You're saying some.
I just haven't been talking.
Okay, so Uruk takes notice that his where he works, his smithing shop in the craftsman district, has a little bit of a Gnolls presence there.
What I'm more worried there is that group is about to flank the group guarding the north wall.
Yes, that is an astute
They lose the
observation.
north wall. If that group falls, the main force of the Gnolls would get into the city.
Yes. Perhaps we leave the champions to fend the Gnolls in the docks, prevent them from spreading, and instead lend our assistance towards the crafts district.
We could go craftsman into middle class, and if there's anything left, join up with the docks and market plaza.
That sounds like a decent plan.
So Rico
I agree
is
with
saying,
this strategy.
Rico is saying to you guys, I think that the Ducks are needing as much help as they can. They did mention sight of a sort of commander leading them there. I'm sure that if you take out that commander, it will reduce their morale greatly, and then you can head up and take care of the craftsman district.
There was a commander of sorts at the west gate. We took him out, and another one just stepped up and started leading them.
Yes,
So-
that is true. The Gnolls, they do like to assume positions of power as soon as they can, but for when they're expended of their truly veteran Gnolls, it really doesn't help them that much.
And you have the champions en route to the docks.
Only a few. They are going to be. They're all splitting up, but there was a small contingent that was going out there.
How many guards do we have headed towards the middle class residences from the low class residences?
A small group of around 10, 15. That's
How many archers?
Among them, only around 4 or 5. I'm not sure.
They're ill-equipped to defend against a potentially large Gnoll party, then. It seems if we are to head to any one area, we'll be sacrificing another. I still propose that we head towards the market plaza. While, yes, the crafts district may suffer, it is our best chance at the moment, especially we don't know how big the Gnoll parties are. We can use the help of the champions.
As someone who just came back from his home getting attacked by Gnolls, I side with Uruk to go for the craftsman.
I'm not worried about the crafts district. I'm worried about where they go when they're done. Can't let the north
North
wall
wall.
fall.
So, Rico, he does say that the reports of the Craftsman District and what they're doing there is mainly looting, more than anything.
Versus what's happening elsewhere.
Versus using it as kind of like a pincer attack.
Do we have scout reports on what's happening in the docks? Are they setting up camp or fortifications?
Yeah, that one they're setting up. They're using that as kind of like a central base, sort of, or a central. They're attempting to set up sort of fortifications, and then the middle class residents, they are kind of going house by house, looting and pillaging.
It seems to me that if we leave the market plaza for too long, they may have already set up fortifications, leaving it considerably more difficult to oppose them.
How would you have any guards to spare from the keep to send to the craftsman, and we go for the market plaza?
I'm sure that we can redirect some of the guards from the western gate to help for the moment.
Well,
I believe my compatriots here have already seen these Gnolls in action. I have not been given the privilege. I leave the judgment to you.
Do we have a good idea of who's about to be overrun?
So who's about to be overrun? It's kind of in the air. They think the Gnolls are really not that strong when it comes down to it. They see them as just sort of a vermin that's been allowed to spread, and when they're in large numbers, then that's when they turn a little bit dangerous. But when they're kind of all spread apart like this, they feel like they're just kind of taking care of vermins who are holding spears. So they think, but and so they feel like in terms of overrunning things, what they've heard of the Gnolls, they're not too worried. But what does worry them is how they have been using fire arrows, and they have been using sort of a boulder tactic to siege some of the houses and set some buildings ablaze.
Would that be considered sort of above Gnolls, like hinting at maybe something's commanding them? Or is that just, it's concerning that they're putting so much sort of force into the siege, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it's up to whatever interpretation. They're still trying to figure this out themselves, so
Right.
at this point that's the question
I think
may be rhetorical.
the force behind their attack might be because they found their leader's prince's head mounted on your walls.
Yeah.
So I think it's a whole eye for an eye.
Basically.
They're really going all out on this one, is what you're trying to say.
Yep. Going ham.
So
We could go for docks, crush the leader, go for craftsman. I do know the city inside out. I could get you there twice as fast.
yeah.
Sure.
Repel the main fortification at the docks, head upwards towards the craftsman district, send additional reinforcements towards the middle class residences, and then we go from there. A plan?
Sounds about right.
Okay. We'll do that.
Sounds like a plan.
So you guys so before you guys kind of head out, Stefan, he's saying, Stefan proclaims, so I will actually be taking a contingent to help out with the Northern Gate, and it will be myself, Tornir, Gareth, and Ho Jing. He just picks out randomly, and then he says, and that will lead the second group, which I will lead in charge by the ringsmith Urek, with support from Thaddeus, Relic, and Klaus. And what was your name again?
Oh, Duncan, sir. Duncan Val.
Duncan Val. And do you know how to fight?
Indeed, I am a former protector of Countess Samira.
Very good. Then you will join them. When we appreciate your devotion. Then these men are good company. So then the mayor, he just kind of says to you all, take care of this rabble and report back to me when you are done.
Duncan now gives a more official, proper salute, if you like, in response to that.
Okay. So
Klaus waves his hand and walks out the door.
Thaddeus kind of awkwardly salutes.
So you guys head out towards the market, which looks pretty well transformed from when you last saw it. You see that the champions of Reyam have already arrived, and some of them you do see one who is just been shot, and it looks like he's passed away, and so this is a very different scene from when you first arrived on the docks, some of you. So when you first arrive into the scene, you do see a girl who seems to be, she's holding a sword, and so you assume she's part of the champions, and she says, "Get down! You don't want them to see you!"
Duncan immediately ducks behind a crate, sort of rolling forward.
Against the wall and behind a hail. Hey?
Is this person here dead or just
Dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He was shot to death. So she says, "Are you here to help us out?"
After a fashion, it doesn't seem as though you're having a particularly good time here. But how many Gnolls do we have in the square?
Well, I've counted out about eight or so. 8 or 9. But at any rate, you're right. It hasn't really gone to our expectations, and in all honesty, this is only my second mission. So I've still got a bit to learn, and this is all a bit much for me. But in any case, I know a way that you can help us. One thing that we could do is, I'm sure you could use those traps over there, and maybe cover them with hay and use them to block this entrance, and maybe we could lure some of them and trap them.
A sound strategy to be sure.
I'll pick up one trap
Okay.
and some hay.
So
And just get on my stomach and start crawling my way towards this area.
okay. Is
Duncan, in response to this, sort of gets an armful of hay,
Yeah.
like hunched over, so he stays underneath the crates and hidden.
So there is to tell you about the traps is that they're a standard like kind of a bear trap, and they do weigh less than 10 pounds, and so if you'd had like alternate methods to place them rather than like putting yourself out in the open, that might be.
Oh, I will do that then with Mage Hand.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I also have Mage Hand. I'll go ahead and do it with the other trap.
You have Mage Hand?
Yes, I do.
Oh, cool.
Wow, these guys coming prepared. What is this?
We will take a trap each.
Yes, we'll take a trap each. Excellent.
Okay, so do you just place them there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and place mine on that square just next to that barrel.
Okay.
Yep. And mine together.
Would I be able to rush to the other side of the area here without getting noticed?
You would, yeah. You can give it a roll. Give it a roll, and we'll see. And
I'll use.
What
use
am I rolling?
A
Prestidigitation
stealth roll.
to get like this fire to just throw out some sparks into this direction to like distract this guy.
Oh. So Urek, you when you try and dash past there, you kind of you make a bit of noise, and that catches the attention of this guy right here, and he starts sniffing, and you saw that he was originally kind of rustling through and trying to steal some wares. Klaus, you were saying use prestidigitation to cause some sparks to come off of the fire here?
Yeah, like you know that kind of loud cracking noise when like a firewood was on fire?
Oh.
Like, just that kind of light crack.
Oh, okay, so you're wanting to do that before Urek kind of dashed across?
Yeah, to like just get his attention for a moment towards.
Oh yeah,
that
okay, so we
direction.
can retcon that and we'll say that Urek was able to get across fine. But Jawasa, before you kind of do that, she says, there was another thing. Over in the market, you might be able to see it over there if you peer over the boxes. One of our recruits was trying to set up a ballista to attack their main force. I'm sure that if you get to it, that it would be that it will be a valuable asset to us.
Ballista?
Where is that?
The ballista.
It's right
There.
There you go.
And so you can see the ballista, and it's not something that you would. It's definitely not something that you would hold in your hand. It's a siege weapon. It's on wheels, and you can see kind of a lone bolt, which was going to be prepared inside of it, and beside it is another Champions of Reyam recruit who has been killed.
We might have to make a bit of space around it. It seems to be quite in the vulnerable position. With that, Duncan takes a dagger from his belt and just starts tapping it against. Like, is there any sort of metal nearby?
Any metal? If you look in one of the crates,
anything that would make a ding if struck, essentially.
you can look in the crates and you can probably find something metallic. We'll say.
Trying to get that Gnoll to investigate so that he sets off the trap. That's
Which
the
one?
Oh,
This guy.
that one there.
if you want him to come closer, I can just make a noise.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Like a ding ding ding, like a dinner bell sort of thing.
Okay.
I'll use presentation to create an odor of like cooked meat.
That'll do.
Okay. That definitely
just
gets
coming from around the corner.
that definitely
Like,
gets his
waft.
attention, and so now I do have to make him do a perception check to see if he notices the trap.
I
And
should probably roll stealth.
just a second. Okay, they are just a flat roll 20. He does not see it. He takes a step, and that did shit damage. But
It's a trap. It's a trap.
the Gnoll, he steps in the trap and he just lets out a shriek of pain, and then he is now restrained in this trap. Urek, meanwhile, you've snuck across and you do see a recruit who is still alive, though he's kind of on the ground. He's got a couple of arrows in his back and he's not looking too good. You can see in your immediate vicinity a couple of bottles of alcohol and 2 sacks of flour, and the small sacks of flour, I would say, and then a chest kind of at the end. And so the recruit, he looks up to you and he says, "Can you help me? We've got some potions right over there."
Yeah, I'll throw. Is it just pure alcohol that the bottles are?
Yeah, it's high proof alcohol, but
Like explosive.
it would explode, but it would only cover 5 foot. So it's not like it wouldn't be a giant. It wouldn't cover this entire square. Like, it wouldn't cover that. Like, it would mainly just kind of cause that to explode.
Oh, well then.
But you do have sacks of flour.
Would that be any more from my experience?
Klaus may know.
Do you know what a dust explosion is?
I'm aware.
Yeah,
I've
so
seen a
flour.
chemical holder before.
Okay.
So that is something that you can try if you would like.
And are we covered up here? Like it looks like we're up on a.
Yeah, you are kind of up on a balcony, and there's just a banister, and so you're not exactly covered. But these guys are a floor below you, and they don't seem to have any ranged weapons on them. So they would need to, if they do spot you, they would need to try and catch you or try and chase after you.
Just as an aside, this Gnoll just set off the trap. Isn't he like howling and roaring, getting the other Gnoll's attention?
Yeah, he would. And so we can. I just wanted to cover what was happening on Urix.
Yeah. Okay.
First.
I literally just wanted to know. That's all.
So at this point, I would say that it would be appropriate. Let me just bring it up. If you guys could please roll initiative.
Wow. Great.
0.
You know what? That'll do. That will do.
We're getting off to a great start. 2 natural ones.
0. Like you don't act. You're just like, yeah. This is the great battle. This.
Also, what's going on with the group of people down here?
Probably
you do
civilians.
see, when you peer further out down there, you do see some Gnolls that are holding two. It's an elf girl and another merchant. You discern they're kind of got their spears pointed at them, threatening them, and so they seem to be hostages of a sort.
Alright.
Okay, and I also need to cover Relic now. Just a second. Okay. that's
God
pretty
damn.
good. Okay. What's a good one? We'll just do Breath of Fire, why not? So, combat begins, and it is Relic's turn, and next on the list would be Duncan. So, Relic is going to, he casts Magic Stone, and so he is going to be slinging a Magic Stone at this Gnoll who is restrained. And that is not going, actually, is it advantage if he's restrained?
I know it's.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and creatures' attack rolls have disadvantage.
So, in any case, he does not succeed on his hit. He's going to position himself over here, and that'll be it. And now it is Duncan's turn, with the Gnoll up next and Thaddeus after.
Yep. So Duncan is going to immediately charge forth, unsheath his longsword, and before he strikes, run his hand over the length of the longsword, and this sort of crackling yellow energy forms around it. That is me casting Booming Blade for that particular attack.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll make an attack with my longsword, using it two-handed, the versatile, so it's 1d10.
That is going to hit.
Fantastic.
9.
9 slashing.
And then plus
And,
a 1d8.
Yeah, since it's enchanted with Booming Blade, now that Gnoll can't move, or otherwise he takes 1d8 thunder damage. In addition, before I go, I'm just going to sort of pat Klaus on the shoulder as I run past him and give him some bardic inspiration. So
Nice.
Klaus has an inspiration dice.
So,
And that's my turn.
Nice. So this Gnoll is looking really beat up now. He's on his last legs. But now with that, it is the Gnoll's turn, and I do absolutely love this new feature where you can minimize their portraits. So first off, the Gnoll who's in the trap is going to try and attack Duncan, just to bite at him.
Yep.
And does a 16 hit.
A
Oh no!
16 does
Wait. He's got disadvantage on his attacks.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe
It does
so,
not
yeah.
hit that. It does not hit. Sorry.
Right, okay, nice.
Okay, does not hit. And then this one, he hears the commotion, and he kind of looks over at you guys and let's see. You're mildly covered. I'd say it's about a quarter cover, and quarter cover
Right.
is +2 AC.
Mhm.
Okay, so quarter cover. This guy's gonna try and shoot a short bow at you. And so, what's your AC +2?
14.
Oh, really? You only have 12 AC?
Yeah, it's because bards start with leather armor, and Duncan doesn't have amazing dex.
Oh, yikes. Okay, so that is going to hit and deal 2 points of piercing damage to Duncan.
Right.
And then these two guys are, these two guys who are threatening these guys are just going to be sort of looking about, and they're going to take the dodge action. They don't want to let these two to get away. So now is Thaddeus' turn, followed by Klaus.
Cool. Here's a question. Can I use Disguise Self to look like one of the monsters? Have they seen me yet, first?
No, they haven't seen you.
Yeah, could I do what I just said then? Use Disguise Self to look like one of the monsters? Like, is
Sure.
that too much of a change?
What's the text?
You can make yourself, including your clothing, weapons, and armor, and other belongings, look different until the spell ends.
Is that
You
a
can
first
see
level
him
spell?
1 foot shorter
Yeah,
or
Disguise
longer.
Self.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You can see him 1 foot shorter or taller, not longer. And you can appear thin, fat, or you can't change body type, and you need to have the same basic arrangements of limb.
Oh, that's too much then. Yeah, it's it wouldn't allow you to. You can basically change yourself to look into a fuzzy man.
So these guys aren't like bipedal. With
They are
roughly the
bipedal.
same size.
They are bipedal, but I think like there's their features are just like too different. I mean, like from that description, it sounds like it's just changing what kind of a human you look like.
No, it says you can't change your body type, so you must have adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of this illusion is up.
Okay, so you can
So,
try
well,
that if you want. It's a
up to
first
you.
level spell. So, and you've got two other areas to cover. So I want to make sure that you guys
That's
are.
fair. Okay, yeah, I'll skip out on it for now. I'll do a firebolt.
Okay.
I might do that later though. We'll see.
I actually need to roll for Jawasa. She got a 2.
Nice.
I'm clicking on firebolt and it's doing nothing. Doesn't it normally roll?
Yeah, it should roll. I was actually trying to help out your sheets because I was playing around with it and I thought I got it working, but it's really easy now to re-add in spells if you want to try that. Just try and delete Firebolt out and then go on to the eye and then try and add it back in.
Which eye?
Compendium.
In the
Third from the
right. In the
third from right.
Yeah, what the hell, dude? Let me get into your stuff.
Yeah, clicking on Fireball doesn't work. I don't know which eye you're... Oh, that eye. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
And that brings up the compendium.
Yep.
So I'm gonna click Firebolt, and no, it doesn't work. Let me just kill that, and then Firebolt.
Alright, I found Fireball.
Yeah, just drag and drop.
Fuck. I have it in a different window, one sec. Drag and drop doesn't work so well when you have multiple windows. It has to all be in the same window. Okay. Oh, wait.
There she
There we go.
goes.
Got it.
Try it now, Captain. Hey! Okay, so who did you firebolt?
I figure I firebolt the...
The trapped one?
Well, I wasn't going to, but sure, yeah, why not?
That is enough to kill him. You got a Gnoll who's dead now. Do you move at all? Reposition yourself?
Not really. I'll stay behind. Maybe like one space over.
Okay. Klaus, followed by Joasa, and then Yurick a little bit. Mr. Klaus?
Shit, was muted. I'll pick out from the barrels and fire. I'll just blast at the guy straight in front of me.
Okay. That is going to hit.
And that will be my turn.
It is Joasa's turn right now. So she just kind of, actually she's going to hang out here. She's no longer stealth, but she's just going to stand by because she knows about the trap. And now it is all these Gnoll pups' turns, and so these guys, they did not notice Urek yet, but they do disperse.
Dang it. They can do their thing. I was gonna try and blow them up.
Actually, I want to see the explosion happen. This guy's distracted. So, that one's basically dead. Yeah, whatever, is dead. He steps onto the trap and it kills him instantly. And this guy, he's kind of blocked. This one is still, I don't know. These guys are taking the dodge action. It's Urik's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna grab one of the bags of flour.
Alright.
And I'm gonna, like, kind of perforate one of the sides of it with a knife. Then jump down and slam it on the ground through the fire right at him.
You're gonna jump down onto the ground? Or throw it on the ground?
Yep. No, I'm gonna jump down with it and explode and try and make it burst open against the ground in his direction.
Oh, okay.
Through the flame.
What kind of a check would that be? What's better for you, acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics would be better, but let me see something here. I don't think I had disadvantage. So, that was a 20.
That was a 20? Okay, cool. So you throw the bags and you jump down, and then we'll say that yes, it does burst. Kaboom! It creates a fireball, as you can clearly see, which I had maybe prepared or maybe not. Who knows?
I'm so excited.
And how much did that do? That did... I just wrote that it killed him, so he dies. Okay, good job on that. And so you created a dust explosion which killed the Gnoll pup. And with that, is there anything more you do on your turn?
I assume it was my action to actually do that?
Yeah, to pick up the flower and toss it down after you, yeah.
Nope.
Okay,
Just stay right here.
back to Relic with Duncan next. So, Relic is going to kind of go up to the top here, and he's going to try and stabilize this guy, which he does. And so the guy's feeling a little bit better, and he's just
I was
kind
under
of...
the assumption he was at least stable.
Yeah, he's got arrows in his back. But then he goes over to the box of potions, and he was going to pick them up. It is Duncan's turn now.
Yeah, Duncan, seeing that the Gnolls are sort of closing in, do I have sort of an easy way to get to this Gnoll, right? Just like jump over the barrel or something?
Step over
So
the body.
yeah, you can. The two traps are now have been used, and so you can just step over the bodies.
Duncan steps right over the dead body and engages this Gnoll.
Okay.
Sort of brings up his longsword with another sort of flurry, and again casts Booming Blade
Okay.
on his sword, and then makes another attack with his longsword.
Come on.
Fucking hell!
It's
This
not
one
going to.
isn't trapped, so yeah, yeah.
That
Duncan
is not
completely
going to
missed it.
hit. So, up next is Thaddeus, but this guy is going to try and return the favor, and he's going to attack you with his spear. And that is going to hit and deal 2 points of piercing damage. Is there another one? These guys are still going to dodge, and they see what happened over at Urix, and so they're a little bit taken aback. They are going to actually take out their short bows and try and fire at Urek. And fuck,
Does
that's
the
both
fire being between us make a difference?
like in terms of it hitting you.
Like any cover, as there's literally a giant fire between us.
Yeah, it's a little harder to hit, so we'll say it's quarter. So what would your AC be then?
20.
Okay, so only one hits. It deals 3 piercing damage. And with that is Thaddeus, followed by Klaus.
Cool. I am just going to do another firebolt, but at that guy.
Okay, he's taking a dodge action, so
Oh, he is? Okay. Well, I'll shoot it.
Roll again.
roll again.
Why?
Because he's taking dodge, so
Oh,
you
right.
attack
Yeah.
at disadvantage.
Makes sense.
But if it does hit, we'll use the 4 fire. So unfortunately, that does not hit. He's able to dodge out of the way. And it is now Klaus's turn.
I'll go around this corner. Step over the bodies. Flip out my longsword. And from ground up to the top, do an uppercut with a longsword.
You. Oh shit! That's just enough. Okay, that's enough to kill him. So
Bisect him from
you
groin
dissect him. You slice a little puppy in half. You bastard.
to... Yep,
and
that's my turn.
And that kills him. It is now Joas's turn. She is going to flank this Gnoll. And attack it with her longsword. And even with advantage, that is unfortunately not going to hit. But Duncan, now you can attack him with advantage. So it is Puppy's turns, and this guy is going to sneak up behind and try and attack Jawasa with his club, and it's not going to hit at all. This one is also going to try and attack Jawasa, try and bite her. That is going to do 2 points of damage. And now it is Urik's turn. Oh, by the way, this other puppy dodges. Urik's turn, and... Oh, charging in!
Yep. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
On that boy?
Yep.
Okay. Be careful, man. Let's see, what are their stats? They get a +1. He succeeds.
Alright.
So Relic is
Holy shit.
going to grab the 2 health potions. And I can't delete them from there without deleting the night sky. And then he's going to jump down. 15, 20, 25. And then he's going to turn into a spider. Relic is now a spider, and he's right there beside you.
Cool.
And that will be his turn. And now it is Duncan's turn.
Does Urik like recognize Relic's spider form?
Yeah.
Urik just like, oh hey, I joined spider. How about that? Okay, cool.
They've fought together before.
Right.
He did run up beside me before turning into a spider, so...
Oh, okay, cool. Duncan is going to go ahead and attack the big gnoll in front of him again.
With
renew
advantage.
His bounding blade.
Okay.
And attack with the longsword.
Come on.
It's an advantage, he's got a hit, right?
Yay!
Okay.
It works. Come on, big money.
There we are.
That's pretty good.
7. And the same applies, that gnoll can't move unless, like, without taking 1d8 thunder damage.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. Since this Gnoll is seeing that Jawasa is kind of pinned, he's going to try and attack her with advantage. With his spear, and that fucking crits her. And so she gets critted. These 2 guys, they're going to now charge you and Relic and attack you with their spears. Fuck. That does 7 damage to Relic and 4 damage to you, Urik.
Okay.
It is now Thaddeus' turn, followed by Klaus.
Alright, we'll see if Thaddeus can do this. Thaddeus is gonna head over here and try to load the bolt into the big...
Okay.
I don't know how much more than that I can do this time.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. So I'll just tell you about the ballista as you approach it. So it's pretty big. You can see that it can be lifted up and rolled into a position, and then the ballista can be loaded with the bolt. And so if you do load the ballista with the bolt, it would need to be rotated. But actually, I'll have you make a perception check at this point.
Oof.
Okay, you don't see anything beyond.
Ballista? What ballista?
What's this thing in front of me? I don't see anything in front of me.
Big plank of wood.
Just a big crossbow.
So you can load the ballista with the bolt.
Okay. I assume that's all I apply for this round?
Yeah, so Joasa says, that's for the commander. And, like, to kill him. But anyway, yeah, you load it. And, so we'll say that ballista is now loaded the other way. Like that. Or is that the right way? It's loaded. Whatever. The list is loaded. Klaus, followed by Joasa, then Yurik.
I'll run up to this knoll and take a slice. Wait.
You have inspiration dice as well.
Hey!
Does 16 hit?
It does.
Slice at this guy.
Okay. It deals 3 slashing damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Joasa is going to try and kill him. And thanks to the flanking, she does 7 damage to it and kills it. Overkill. It is the Gnoll Pup's turn, and this guy, it actually isn't considered flanking her anymore since it's not on the opposite side. But 2 attacks on Joasa, and only one of them is going to hit and deal 4 damage. And then this Gnoll right here is going to come up and try and attack Urek with his club, and that doesn't hit. It is Urek's turn.
I'm gonna smack the little one that just ran up to me.
Okay, you snack a little baby puppy.
That's what I do.
That is going to hit, and is overkill. You just killed that puppy.
Squish.
Yep.
Squish the puppy.
Yeah, Ash.
Anything else?
Would I be able to move between them?
They're kind of like that.
Right there, but not around.
Yeah, you can do
in
that.
Such manner that
You can do that. Yep,
Okay.
that's valid and that's good. I'm happy that you did that. Okay, let's see. Now it is Relic's turn, and he is
Relic
going to.
Not on the initiative order.
Oh,
He went out when he turned into a spider.
I turned him into a into the GM layer, so it's there. I don't know what it's seeing on your end, but it's it's just showing that Duncan is up now, but Relic is still there. It's his turn. I'm sorry, it's not showing.
No, it's all right. I did keep it in mind, so I know anyway. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, but you're next. So Relic is going to bite him as this wolf spider, and since he is flanking, thank you very much. That is going to deal. Shit, that's nice. Quite a bit. Not enough to kill him. Oh, DC 1 can't save, that's right.
11.
It fails.
2d6 poison damage.
Yep, that did 4 plus 7, so it did 11 damage.
Yeah. Oh, it already has the nice little thing.
Yep. It is now Duncan's turn.
There's a few different options I can go with here. I'm gonna try and. I'm gonna try and make some space for Joasa first. So I'm gonna go around here and
Make a
And
perception
again.
check.
sure.
Nope.
Can't see shit, Captain.
Nope. Okay, you're now flanking this puppy. Do you smack a puppy?
I do smack a puppy.
Alright.
That's what I'm here to do, smack puppies.
It's like you're just guilt tripping us for smacking puppies.
No.
Fuck!
Nice!
I couldn't have had advantage!
Yeah!
I did have advantage! Yeah! Get it!
Yeah!
Hang on. Will it? Yeah, it will. Okay, cool. 11 slashing.
You destroy that puppy. Oh, God.
Puppy turns into just a cloud of red mist and it just splatters me and Joasa.
Good job. Alright. Anything else?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. It is now to the Scrawny Knowles, and one is going to take a spear attack onto Relic, which that is not enough to hit, and then a bite attack onto Urek, which does 4 piercing damage. It does it was a 20. So, that's their turn. Those are the only ones that are left that are visible on the map. And now we're on to Thaddeus.
Yeah, so she referenced the commander last time. Is the commander on the field right now?
No.
Okay.
Do you want to roll the ballista?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I roll it my normal movement, or is it like half movement because I'm rolling it?
Definitely it would be, like, I'd say that you could probably move it about 15 feet. And, yeah. I'd say half movement.
Yep, okay. So, I'll do just that.
You move it like that.
It's
Oh,
10
okay,
feet.
we'll say that you move it these 10 feet.
Right.
And then, now it's just kind of, you look down the street. Hell, sure.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Neat.
You see,
Oh,
Thaddeus,
Yep.
you see the kind of commander there, and there is a slain, he looks like one of the fishermen from the docks that you saw, and he's kind of bit into his neck, and blood is spilling out of it, and he's using it to make the flag of their clan, the Black Paws. But so yeah, we'll move you a little bit too, and so what you can do is you can rotate the ballista now.
That I will do. Will that take an action, or can I also like pull back the ballista as an action?
Pull it back, or what? What do you mean?
Well, basically, ideally, what I'd want to do is like prepare an action for in case the chief charges
Oh yeah,
to fire.
yeah. You can do that if you want, and then it will just use your reaction for that round.
Yep.
Okay, so they haven't noticed you yet.
And then I want to yell if I can as a bonus action.
You're gonna what?
Well, do I want to yell? I guess we could take care of these guys first. Let's take care of these guys first. I'll just prepare an action.
Okay. Klaus, it is your turn. There's a puppy and a couple other boys down there.
I'll walk towards the puppy, using my sword, fling the hot coal in its face, and take a stab at him.
Okay. And then... yeah, you kill it. With the coal in its face. You killed the puppy. So get out of that fire, why don't you?
Yep, and I'll just... That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll keep walking towards the bottom two.
Okay.
That's my turn.
So Joasa, she is going to also kind of join up. And she cannot attack. She does not have a ranged weapon on her.
Throw an apple.
So she is going to do defensive posture. Oh, that doesn't really do anything. She's gonna take a dodge action now. The puppies are gone. And it is Urek's turn.
I'm a smack.
Which one?
Advantage.
The one that I have advantage on.
Okay. So that deals
It's only 4 damage.
does 11 damage. Okay. It does 4. 4 damage. You hit him. Ow! Relic is up next, followed by Duncan. So Relic is going to attack him as a spider. With advantage, and that is going to hit. He is going to pass the, He's going to pass it, stable but poison
Half
for 1
damage,
hour.
so 4.
Half damage, so 4. That is going to be enough to kill him, either way. Yeah, just the damage alone from the bite. He is now dead, and now he's going to reposition himself to flank him again. So now it is Duncan's turn.
Sorry, I forgot to fucking press push the top. Duncan's going to see the action unfolding at the bottom of the square and get as far as his movement will take him. which is just there. And since I don't have a ranged weapon or anything, I'm just going to go ahead and cast a Vicious Mockery on that gnoll in the middle.
Vicious Mockery? That's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Yes.
How do you
And I shout at the gnoll, "You're going to make an excellent belt!"
Oh, Jesus. It works. You hit him with Vicious Mockery. 3 psychic damage and also advantage, or a disadvantage on his next attack, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Excellent. So he is going to try and strike Relic with disadvantage and is going to crit fail, and his spear breaks. So that's all he's able to do, and he's looking pretty scared. And now it kind of goes to Thaddeus. Do you still want to hold it and wait for these guys to notice you?
I'd like to sort of let everyone else know. I'd go like, "Hey guys, got another group over here. And what should I do?"
Is there any way like you could enhance it maybe?
What do you mean by enhance? Oh, you mean
Alter the I don't know. Is there a spell you have that can add like elemental damage to it or something? Oh no, you probably.
I don't think I have anything that does that. It's a really.
Wait a second. Hey, maybe you could like, maybe you could take something out of the fire and just like, I don't know. I was thinking of like putting fire on the tip or something.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was thinking there.
And I'm totally for that.
I don't really have any oil or anything to
Yeah, it's over
easily
there.
do that though.
Did
There's a
Uruk...
flag. Wrap it around.
Oh, there is a flag. Yeah.
It's like surrounded by tents.
Yeah, you could try that if you,
You
want to
know
like
what?
try and
Why
rip.
not?
Okay, so you take a little bit of cloth from the tent, and then you wrap it around the tip of the ballista bolt, and then you go to set it on fire.
Yep.
All right. Let's just give me a straight dexterity roll to see if you like maybe burn yourself a little bit in the process. It'll be a low DC. Playing with fire ain't too great. It is nighttime and come on. Okay, you take one point of fire damage because you burned yourself a little bit.
I feel like I had that coming.
Okay, so that's your turn, and you're still, I guess, actually wrapping the fire around it might be considered the action, but
Yeah, that's fair.
so now it is Klaus's turn.
I'll saunter up to the knoll and take a gold swing for the neck.
Okay, do it with advantage. This boy's surrounded, and that'll work. Yeah, four damage.
Yeah, no crit. It's 4 damage. That's my turn.
Okay, and then Joas is going to join in. 8 damage. It's got tiny little bit of health left, and Uruk, let's see if you can just kill it. With advantage. Yep, that'll do it, and that'll kill him. Right on, you did it. So, Thaddeus mentioned that there was another group over there, so do you use the rest of your turn to kind of skedaddle over and see what it's all about?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get one of them potions from Spider Bro.
Okay.
It's in him, so.
Yeah.
You know what to do. Oh, you brought some gloves.
Time to fist a spider.
I'll just keep walking then. I can do it myself.
Okay. But yeah, the potion is considered part of Relic's person right now. Or part of his spider body. Okay, so that's it. Speaking of the devil, now it is Relic's turn. What's his movement? I think it's 40. So he's just gonna head over there. And let me actually queue up these guys.
Yep, it's 40 foot climb and movement.
And shit. Okay. So Relic just kind of hangs out there. And now it is Duncan's turn.
Duncan is immediately going to cast his eyes towards the human and the elf girl in the corner. Are they injured at all? Can
No.
I see from here?
They're just scared. But they're thankful.
I just sort of signal to them, like with an arm outstretched, like a stop signal. Stay right there. Don't move. You may come across further danger. You are safe for now.
They give you a bow. Thank you.
Duncan then takes off as far as his movement will allow over to Thaddeus to see what the commotion's all about.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
I won't. Yeah, sure. So we'll say at this point, the Gnolls, they do see Thaddeus, and I'm just gonna use these 3 turns to start kind of like their charge at him. And where is it? There. So the Gnoll, he like puts his foot down on the flag that he just started making, and he starts he just kind of gets down on all fours and he starts charging towards Thaddeus, and then these guys start charging as well. And with that, Thaddeus, it is your turn. You got this ballista.
Alright,
all
what's the
primed and
range
ready.
of this ballista?
The what?
What's the range of this ballista? Do I have to roll at disadvantage now?
No, you're good to fire it.
I will do so. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and you fire the ballista right down the center towards this group of charging Gnolls that's coming at you. Let's see this damage. Actually, I will let you roll that. I will let you roll the damage, Thaddeus. It is a 3d12 plus 9.
Fuck me.
Alright, I think that's this. God damn. And then...
Yes!
Oh my
That's
god.
an 11 and a 12 on a d12. That's nutty.
That is very good. Okay,
That's-
plus 9,
that's
so
like-
that's 41 damage.
That's like average fireball damage.
Something's telling me that if we didn't load that ballista, we'd be in for a tough time right now.
That's above average fireball damage.
That is definitely above average. So
With a plus 9, it's above average, but just the base 32, it's like roughly average.
Yeah, that's average.
So your ballista fire just tore a fucking hole in the side of this guardsman, and it even singed the hairs of him a little bit. And so he is actually so taken aback by it. Now he's just kind of on the ground. And these 2 other guys are crazy panicking now because the people behind him died too. Because he did so much fucking damage. I get to do this now.
Now that's a lot of damage! Alright, let's seal it with flex seal.
Let's hope they don't have any.
Let's hope they
Let's
don't
hope
have
they don't
any.
have any flex tape.
So, yeah. Thaddeus, good going. Klaus, it's your turn.
Yep.
Well, I'll walk towards near the statue. Okay. Do I see this guy? Or is the tent in my way?
The tent is in your way.
That's my turn then.
It is Jawasa. She dashes up to kind of stand in front now. Eric. Followed by Relic, followed by Duncan.
And I'm just gonna go there. Actually, just a second. Let me see something.
Okay. Relic is a spider. And
I'm gonna
he's...
healing word myself.
Okay.
Now that's my turn.
Cool. Relic climbs up on top of the roof as a spider, ready to jump off and pounce. So he is going to, with that, take a stealth, which is a +7 for a spider. And that was kind of shit. They still see him. Duncan, it is your turn, followed by the Gnolls.
Duncan's going to move right up there, front and centre. Right there. And he's going to use his turn to cast Dissonant Whispers upon the Gnoll chieftain, the big boy there, that's downed.
Oh boy. Okay, you kill him.
DC's 12.
Yeah,
Can I roll damage anyway?
you can roll damage anyway.
He
He was like, that was, he had, I'll tell you, like 1 hit point left.
I'll do then.
So, you
Right.
describe to him, describe to me how you kill him.
Duncan literally just like swaddles in, sees this Gnoll chieftain sort of with a giant ballista like straight through its fucking abdomen, and he just like puts his hand towards his head a little, and the other hand sort of outstretches it towards the Gnoll. The Gnoll, like as it's like writhing in like with its head towards the floor, it like his head like jolts up, and you can see his eyes like widen, and the Gnoll essentially just like collapses in a heap.
Okay. Nice. With that, the Gnoll chieftain is dead, and these two guys are now kind of panicking. But they still do try and attack, but they will do so with pretty shitty attacks now going forward, given their lowered morale. And so they are going to charge. One attack on Duncan, who made the final blow. You said your AC is 12, right?
Yes.
God damn it, dude. Okay, so that hits. It does 2 damage. And then the Gnoll pup is going to attack Urek with disadvantage, and thank God it was...
The plan later on is to go College of Valor,
Okay.
and then take, if I can take the feat, take the one that lets me equip heavy armor, so that I have heavy armor and a shield, and I don't have to worry about my dex anymore.
Okay.
I've got to survive for now. That's the issue.
Right. So, the Gnoll pup tries to swing his club at you, but he misses, and he lets out a single tear.
Nice. Is the fat kid just hiding down there?
Oh yeah, you found him. You found him.
Oh yeah.
Achievement unlocked. Okay. It is now Thaddeus' turn, followed by Klaus.
Cool. I will just do a normal. How is this guy looking actually first? Fuck.
He's at full health.
Okay. Not going to run up to him then. Just step back and do a.
Shit.
Okay. That'll do some damage. You throw a firebolt at firebolt at him, and it hits him. Haha. Take that, you say.
Join your leader
Ooh.
on the ground.
Klaus, your turn. Followed by Joasa and then Urek.
I'll walk to beside Joasa and fire off Eldritch Blast.
At which?
That guy.
Nice.
The big guy.
Is going to hit, and he's looking pretty hurt now. Anything else?
That's my turn.
Joasa is going to try and get a final blow on this Gnoll. And what? She would be able to do this and sort of flank him. I'll allow it. Whatever. It hits. 5 slashing damage, and she's able to kill a Gnoll. I don't know if she did kill a Gnoll yet, so this might be her first. Joasa kills him. She's looking pretty beat up herself, by the way, but that's another thing. It is now Urek's turn. Can you end this once and for all? Ones and for alls.
Can you kill a puppy?
Can you kill a puppy? Ooh,
Probably can.
you hit the puppy. You hit the puppy, but he's bloodied now. You have a bloody puppy in front of you. Relic is going to jump down from on top of the roof and just try and bite his head off. And he's flanking, so it works. He's flanking, so it works. It's a meat to beat, and it worked. And that will be just enough to bite off the puppy's head. He pulled an Ozzy Osbourne on the Gnoll pup. And with that, the combat ends.
What's the blonde boy doing?
He's just playing Game Boy. Don't bother him.
Does that go towards our blonde boy tracker?
Yeah, it does.
Hey. Only 11
How many have we missed so far?
None, I
Wait,
think.
do you guys see the Blonde Boy tracker?
Yep. It's under
Yes.
task side quests.
Yeah.
Oh,
Backward,
in
pound 7 out of
Discord.
In Discord.
In
Yeah.
Discord,
Yeah,
okay. Because I have one in Roll-22, and I would be very concerned if you were able to see
I know.
that.
Yeah, no,
Nope.
in the Discord.
Are we not supposed to be able to?
In Discord, you can. In Roll-20, I have set it so
I know.
yeah.
Because it turns out that the blonde boys are like secretly like 19 pieces of the main villain and fighting him. Shit.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the Horcrux.
He's the Horcrux.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just the villain. But
It's just the final boss. Yeah, so I go up to the blonde boy and I shocking him.
okay. Just a sec.
Are we out of initiative now?
Yeah. Just a sec. I'm trying to find where is at the enemy gates. Fuck. Where did I put it? There it is. Outside enemy gates. That's what it's called. Just wanted to get the music back. So, Blonde Boy is just like, oh man, he just goes and plays Game Boy somewhere else. So you have killed the Gnoll Chieftain, and so if you guys take a deep breath, a deep sigh of relief, and and Relic turns back into a person.
Well, Joasa, you did quite well. Much better than an EC.
Yeah, I'm just a little upset that my compatriots weren't able to make it through. But anyway, it looks like there's somebody alive up there.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
That guy up there.
Well, have we noticed his presence before?
He was standing off to the side a little bit, and they had him on his knees like they were going to sacrifice him next or something.
He looks super fucking happy that you killed the Gnolls.
Imagine if you got hit by the bolt.
Yeah.
That would suck. But do you go and talk to him?
Duncan is just going to give like a little head nod towards Joasa. You fought well. I wouldn't weep too long over your compatriots. They signed up for it. They know the line of work. Excuse me a moment. And he's going to head towards these guys down here. You guys can do your thing over here first, if you like.
Klaus will start looking for a meat hook.
A meat hook?
I'm sorry?
Yep, a meat hook.
Is that something that's likely to be around here?
Well, they're in the marketplace, so he's probably looking for a butcher's shop or something, which there is a butcher's shop.
Well, I see these knives, and I think there might be one around.
Yeah, you can. There is a butcher's. You did see the butcher's shop when you came in here originally. So do you just go there?
Yep, I'll just take a meat hook.
You got a meat hook. I don't know what the meat hook is gonna do.
I'll make my way towards the Gnoll champion.
And
I'd like to loot his body.
So, the Gnoll guardsman. On the Gnoll guardsman body, you find a longbow, a chain shirt, a shield, and a spear.
I think the chain
And
shirt is
a
fucked.
collection of the chain shirt is kind of damaged, and then you find a bag full of teeth. Seems like he was collecting them.
what kind of teeth?
Human and some other non-human. It looks kind of like beasts, so maybe things that he's slayed. But this guy, he kind of rushes up to you. I saw it all happen. That was fantastic. And he says, I'm from the East Wind Company, and we are in your debt for helping us and saving my life. Please take this. It will probably it may come in use for you. And so for whoever, he takes out a spyglass, which is the East Wind spyglass. It's got it's inscribed with what you would find on their flag. And then he hands that over to you. And so the East Wind spyglass, I'll just post it in Discord. It is an object which gives you advantage on perception checks once a day while you are outdoors.
Cool.
So whoever would like to take that may take it. And
I have a minus on perception, so I'll pass.
I decidedly can't. I'm not part of the scene.
Yeah, is anyone particularly good at perception?
Relic has a
cleric maybe?
Relic has a 5.
So we can just make him super perceptive.
Could, yeah. That
Seems like a good deal.
Okay. Then I guess Relic would take it. But at any rate, there were more places you guys needed to visit now, and up next was the Crafters.
Well, Klaus
You can take a
off
short
the
rest
head.
now.
put it on a meat hook and put it on his belt.
Okay.
Duncan was just comforting the two NPCs, and he asked them their names and asked them, are they okay? And basically ushered them towards safety.
Yeah, so the elf girl introduces herself as Alaya, and the man's name is Jedas, and so they're merchants who have been around here, and they sell pottery, and so they're just kind of a little bit shaken up still, but they're very happy that you guys came by to save them, and
Right, great.
so
I also, before we change scene, I also loot the bodies of the Gnoll squadron just north of it.
Sure. So, in looting the Gnolls altogether, you find a total of 8 gold, 4 silver, and 3 copper.
Great.
all together. Worth of stuff. A sizable
What,
amount.
is that every single gnoll in the whole square?
Yeah, among them.
Right. Right. So, shall we split this later, or are we just gonna divide it now?
I can put it in.
Have
There
more
is
pressing
a
matters.
party inventory.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have access. Oh, yeah, there is party. Great.
Where? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Can you go ahead
Found
and
it.
just add that because I can't edit it?
Done.
Nice.
One potion of healing. We have 3 now. We just picked up 2.
Yep.
Could I get one of those?
We're taking a short rest, so you're able to heal a little bit now. if you-
Not to use, just to have on hand.
Oh yeah.
I have an unidentified potion. Should probably get.
Hey,
That's what the potion was. It was a potion of healing.
So I'll just have one of them as well.
Okay.
Duncan doesn't ask for a potion unless he's offered.
Okay. I would say at this point, let's take a short break, like a 5-minute break, if that sounds good with everyone, and then
5
we'll
minutes.
reconvene and take care of the craftsman.
All right.
Yep. On the way to the craftsman, Klaus would like to swing by the north gate and give him the champion's head.
Oh,
Maybe that'll
see.
like subdue the attack because their leader's dead.
I see. Okay. Well, I'll meet you guys back in 5 minutes. I gotta use the restroom, maybe get something to drink, and
I'll make some coffee.
alright, we'll see you. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Is everything alright with your sound there?
Who's down?
Your sound. I'm hearing like beeps and it's sort of robotic. Yeah, dude, you're not coming through.
Might be because I'm in the kitchen and I'm out of range of the headless.
Oh. Nice roll on the hit die, Duncan. Who is muted? Why won't it move? Is everyone back yet?
No?
I'm back.
These pretzels are making me thirsty. Oh, cool. What the fuck? Oh
What?
shit. I just moved over to the scene and there was a fucking minotaur sitting right in the middle of it.
What?
Delete?
Is that a place we're going? Like, there's a Minotaur there?
No, it was. I was testing something out because when I was setting up this scene is when I got all the new stuff, and so I just dragged out a Minotaur to see how Roll20 handled it, and I forgot I left that there. So I was just like, why is there a frickin' minotaur in the middle of the street?
Yeah, Matt Colville just uploaded the game on YouTube. The Chain, Episode 1, Red Sky at Morning.
Right, I'm back.
Okay.
I think that's everyone.
I think so. Eric, are you here? Darehawk?
I am here. Sorry.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna change this out to be my other where did I put it? Area music, I think. Yeah, here we go. Just to change up the music a little bit. You guys make your way towards the Craftsman
North Gate.
District. Yeah, Klaus stops by the North Gate first, and you hand them over the head of that Gnoll chieftain, and
Yep.
it rallies them up, and
Giving them a quick rundown that the fortifications have been dismantled. The chieftain's dead. I take off the meat hook from my belt and give him the head,
so
and move on towards the Craftsman District.
right on. Okay. You guys head towards the Craftsman District, and Urek, you can see that this is your home, and it is also your home and your place of work, and now it is on fire. And hold up, before you guys take any steps forward.
Is it blue for anyone else?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's nighttime.
Oh,
Aha.
okay,
Logic.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, so what you can see right here, what you see is those three little prongs right there. That means that it's a window, and the square means that it's a door.
I was just about to ask that.
Yep, and so
Window, door. Okay.
yep, just like that. So to the north, this is something Uruk would know very well, but that's your neighbor, the Laura. She runs the store called the Silk of Laura. It's just a tailor shop. And then the Richmond Ford, which is where you work, is the other obscured building. So how would you guys like to go about this?
Duncan's gonna go up this back alley and look into
Okay.
this window, into the Silk of Laura shop.
You take a peek inside.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Achievement unlocked.
I sort of, I'm gonna attempt to try and not make myself. In fact, no, I went up there now. So yeah, like my figure's just very clearly obvious into this window.
When you go up to the window, your view is a little bit obscured by the bolts of cloth here.
Right.
But you're able to see past it, and you see a gnoll and two gnoll pups, and they seem to be.
I sort of speak in a shouted whisper towards the rest of the party, just so it's like I don't want the Gnolls inside to hear me. There is a woman trapped in there with those beasts.
Uruk, you know that woman to be Laura.
Do I know anything about her?
Yeah, she's been your neighbor since you came to Janus Post for years ago, and she was also the one who kind of screamed when she saw that guy murdered, or she saw the trail of blood, and the guy who had the ring stolen from him was murdered and all that. But she's been kind to you, which is kind of what you tend to look for. Who are the people
All right.
I can trust, and you trust her enough.
I'm going to hand signal, like prepare to breach, and then I'm gonna bust down the door.
As Uruk busts down the door, Duncan is also going to take the hilt of his sword and try and smash the window open to attack from a different angle.
Okay.
I'm good. Using
So-
present. Oh, never mind. We're busting down the door.
Okay. All right.
We're doing it now.
So, do you want to see if the door is open first?
I'll cast Armor of Agathis on myself in preparation.
Okay. If you just want to, like, turn the door knob, you'll see that it is open.
I'm still busting down this window.
Okay. Okay, all good. Duncan, make a strength check, straight strength.
Even using the handle, I bust into the shoulder to make a loud distraction.
Okay. Duncan, you bash the window with your hilt, and it only like half breaks. You think that you might be able to break it fully with another hit.
Yeah, okay, Duncan's gonna go ahead for another hit, if that's okay.
Okay. So when you bust in, Uruk, you surprise all of the Gnolls who are kind of going through her wares and just stealing things. But at this point, it would be appropriate to say, please. Hold on. Please hold on. I said, please hold on. Okay, please roll initiative.
Do I make the second strength check now, or do I have to do it on my turn?
We'll have you make it now.
Okay.
Just beat a 10.
Rolled one lower.
Motherfucker.
Fucking strength's like one of my best stats as well. Nah, I'm not breaking this fucking thing. Duncan, defeated, will see that this window's reinforced by fucking Dragonbone or something, and just resolve to go through the door like a normal person.
Okay.
It's like double layered. You just broke the one layer. Now there's another.
Oh fuck! I didn't fucking click my token, but I got a crit.
Yeah, click it again and I'll just alter your number.
Well, these guys, 2 crits.
We are wasting them all really on initiative.
I mean, last time I crit failed my initiative, so.
Thaddeus.
I still keep rolling shit for initiative.
Yep.
You gonna roll?
So sorry.
Consistency is key, guys.
And let's get some rescue music. And fan burst. Okay, thank you. It works. Duncan, you are first.
Right, great. Okay. Duncan's gonna use his movement to get to the door, I guess. That's my movement. I can't see inside the shop, can I?
You can see the Gnoll.
Can I? The big one.
The big one. So if you want to vicious mock him, you can.
Yeah, that's the idea. I will cast Vicious Mockery on the big one.
He fails. Okay, and a disadvantage on his next attack.
Great. I haven't got any insults prepared just yet. It's hard to insult a Gnoll because they're just a dirty, fucking cretin animal anyway.
I know! I know! So, Uruk, it is your turn, followed by Nullpup and Relic.
Unless Laura counts as flanking, then say.
She is not engaged, and I think isn't flanking considered. It has to be a
Threatening presence? Like,
I mean, flanking is an optional rule. I just forgot to turn off advantage. So, probably a 9.
yeah, that will not hit. This guy's gonna hop off of the chest and flank Uruk. He's going to deal 1 bludgeoning damage. It is now Relic's turn. And what spells does Relic have that I could use? Nothing, which is that fantastic. Relic is going to. He's gonna. Actually, no. He gets his beast changes back after a short rest.
Yep.
So he's going to change into.
Oh yeah, I got the spells back.
He's going to change.
Wait, I thought spell slots were a long rest thing.
For warlocks, it's on a short rest.
Got it.
I get 2 spell slots.
So Relic turns
40,
into a spider, and that would be his action. It is now the big Gnolls' turn, who is going to attack Rick with his spear, and does a 13 hit. Probably not. Oh yeah, it's with disadvantage too, and so yeah, this doesn't hit at all. And then the Gnoll behind you, the Gnoll puppy in front of you is going to try and club you with advantage. It's a 15, which I bet also does not hit.
Nope.
Okay. It is Thaddeus followed by Klaus.
Yep. Am I able to enter, or am I being blocked?
No, you can enter.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and... God, my thing keeps scrolling.
Yeah, you have to click on the scroll bar thing. It's a pain in the ass. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll try again now. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I'll do Shocking Grasp against the guy closest.
Okay. You're going to shock a puppy to death?
Yep.
Shameless.
Shameless.
No different from chopping one in half like we had before.
That is going to hit. You are going to deal 4 points of lightning damage to him. Does it do any other effects?
He has advantage if it's wearing metal armor.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter in any case. He is
And
wearing...
it can't take reactions until the start of next turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So Urek is... The Gnoll is wearing hide armor, so no advantage, but it hits him anyway. So, anything else that you wanted to do, Thaddeus?
Yep.
Okay, Klaus, it's your turn, followed by Duncan.
I'll walk inside and take a stab at a puppy.
Okay. It's going
For
to hit.
18 to hit,
And
and
you're
8 slashing.
going to kill him. Puppy killer. Alright. You want
I
to
don't
use
know.
the rest of your movement to...
Yep. Move towards the big guy.
Okay. Duncan, it is your turn.
So initially, I was pretty happy with that because my plan was to move past and get to the big one. And I wouldn't take an attacking opportunity because of the shocking grasp. But it doesn't matter anyway because the thing's dead. So I'm going to go ahead and assist Klaus and
You can
attack.
You can go there and flank him if you want.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, I thought I'd get flanking from here, but yeah, I'll get flanking from there.
Like one more to the left.
What, inside the fireplace?
It would be kind of to the side. It's fine.
Yeah.
I rule that it's fine. You are flanking now. You may
Okay,
attack with
fantastic.
advantage.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Booming Blade on my sword once again, and attack with both hands on my longsword.
That's a cantrip?
Yes, that is a cantrip.
Right on. Okay, cool.
It's
You
a
hit.
sorcerer cantrip, so I get it from Dark Elf.
Right, okay. You hit. And you hit him
10
for it.
slashing.
Nice. Good
And
job.
that's my turn.
Urek, attack with advantage on the big Gnoll if you would like. Or small
I
puppy
shall.
with regular. Ah, nice. That-
Fuck!
I will let you describe how you crush his...
Don't need advantage for that.
Yeah,
Kind of trash damage, though.
Double crit.
but you kill him, so describe to me how you kill him.
I just bring my hammer down right between his eyes and crush his skull in.
And with that, the Gnoll, who is kind of leading these two little puppies, is dead. Anything else?
Just growl at the little one.
And that guy's dead. Relic, who is now a spider, is going to flank. And that will be enough to hit.
Did the shopkeep see Relic transform?
Yeah, he did it inside.
Right, great. Because again, it's like huge, great big fucking tarantulas coming right up to me, you know?
He fails, and the Gnoll
That's-
puppy dies.
Hey.
So, with that, you have rescued Laura. And she is very grateful for what you were able to do for her. And to reward you, she reaches into her chest that she has over here, and she pulls out a scarf. And the scarf, it is it's a kind of a navy in color, but she says this is the scarf of shade, and it should help aid you on this night. And so, for whoever wants to take it, the scarf of shade is just a small piece of clothing you can wear as a scarf, and it gives you +1 to stealth checks at night.
We don't have a rogue.
Really? Duncan is going to go ahead and take it and sort of don it around near his cloak and sort of say to himself, "This goes fantastically with the rest of my ensemble." He's then going to look at Laura sheepishly and just sort of like nudge his head towards the window. Apologies for the damage to the upholstery.
She said, I know you were trying to save me, and it's all understood.
He just gives a nod and moves to leave.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and put that in my inventory, the scout.
Okay.
Well, Klaus gets a quick one over the bodies for like any loot and starts taking them outside while they were talking.
I peek through the window of my shop.
You get 1 gold, 5 silver, 5 copper. Do you put this in the party gold, or do you keep it yourself?
Keep it for myself for now.
Okay. Eric, when you go up to that window, there is... Oh, he's still on the GM ladder.
There's nothing.
Staring right back at you is a little Gnoll puppy. And he's taken aback.
He's taking a bath.
Taken
Can I
aback.
cast Sacred Flame
Oh,
through
right,
the
okay.
window?
You what?
Cast Sacred Flame through the window.
It's able to do that?
He just
I
needs a line
believe
of
so.
sight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
And it's like it appears underneath them, so just need to see him.
There's nothing traveling from me to him, it just appears at him. So.
Yep.
It hits him. That was the one window. But yeah, you hit him for 4 radiant damage.
Do we roll initiative again?
Do you call out to the others to let them know that there's a Gnoll in here or something? Or what do you do now, Eric? You kind of...
Do I only see the one Gnoll in there?
You only see the one, and you can barely peer inside the rest of the room. That is what you're able to see, but I would say now, yes, it would be appropriate to roll initiative again.
I got a 1 instead of the 50.
Hey! He just fucking might as well have kept the old one.
Well, I got into double digits.
I did surprisingly well.
I did not.
Everyone roll. Good. Great.
Mine needs to be adjusted to 1.
Okay. So. Duncan, you hear a little yelp of what you know is a gnoll pup coming from the other side of the street.
Great. Duncan immediately leaves the shop and goes to the other side of the street. This is as far as I can get. Can I see the gnoll from here if I kick down the door? Probably can't, but...
That's as far as you're able to see? Or, I mean, that's as far as you're able to go?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay. You could alternatively...
Hang on. 10, 5... Yeah, that's as far as I can go.
So I would say that you can open the door, but can you see the gnoll? No, it's barely.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Just barely. But the door is now open.
In that case, Duncan's gonna kick down the door, and I'm gonna use my action to dash so that I can get inside the room.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and leap on the table and
When
round
you
the
do
gnoll
that,
and surround it.
you are able to see into the other room.
Yep.
Just a little bit. And you
All
can
right.
see
Okay.
Another gnoll there. He looks a little bit more put together than the scrawny gnolls you've been fighting, but not as strong as
Right.
the gnoll guardsman who was at the docks.
Okay. Yeah. Duncan's gonna get on top of the table, see inside the other room, and lower himself so he's sort of flanking the gnoll, and just gesture to Eric in the window, like pointing his sword towards the door, and like going, "There's something big in there," sort of thing.
Make a
but that's
perception
myself.
check as well, Duncan.
Yeah, sure. Oh shit! Sorry, I fucking accidentally backed out of the browser.
No.
There we go.
Here we go. A 9. You're not able to hear anything outside of what's kind of in this room.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. It is Klaus followed by Thaddeus.
I turn to Laura and tell her, after we leave, lock the door, board it up. Stay safe. We'll clean up this place.
You leave Thaddeus in there?
I said after we leave.
Oh, okay.
Also, blonde boy. We need that added to the tracker.
Alright, yeah, you got him.
Can I see the gnoll pup from this angle?
Yes.
I'll fire an Eldritch Blast at him. That's a 12.
A 12 is not going to hit.
It's my turn.
Thaddeus?
Okay. I will just head inside and do that. And actually maybe not go that far, maybe go here. And then do a fireball.
Okay.
Fireball.
Lightning bolt. Please hit. Ah, damn it. That does not hit. Relic is going to come in. Just right in front of the gnoll puppy. That doesn't hit either. This gnoll, he got hit by the sacred flame and it just gave him a jolt of the Holy Spirit. And he's just hopping all over the place. This gnoll right here is going to make an entrance. Oh! Okay. So he's not able to, he's not in striking damage, but he does pull out, actually no, if he pulls out his longbow, that's 5 feet, so he's about here. He pulls out his longbow, and the first person he sees is Duncan, so he's going to take a shot at him with his longbow. That is going to hit and deal 8 piercing damage.
Shit. All right.
Dodge. So, Duncan, you can see 3 more gnolls appear.
Yep.
And now it is Yurik's turn.
Yurik will move and hammer to the base of this guy.
Okay.
Actually, I am going to Searing Smite him before I do that.
By the way, if you guys want to expend your first levels or whatever, feel free to. It's all good. Searing Smite, bonus action. That's not going to hit.
Well, it's
Nope.
concentration, so
Next time you hit a creature.
Doesn't expend it.
Yeah.
Aha. Anything else?
Just that. That was everything.
Duncan.
Yep.
Followed by
no.
Klaus.
Duncan is going to go ahead and take a bit of emergency action here and cast Dissonant Whispers at the large gnoll in the middle of the room.
Okay. He fails! Congratulations! Roll your 3d6 psychic.
9 damage, and he has to use his reaction to move as far away from me as he can.
Opportunity.
Yeah, does it get?
Yes, he got it. It hits.
Nice.
And now you do your burning thing too. Searing Smite. Extra 1d6. Please be average.
and he's
Yes!
on fire.
You did it! You did it! You lucky bastards,
Holy
you
fuck!
did it!
What a combo!
And he gets set on fire.
You set him on fire and he is on the ground dead. Good one.
Nice.
Klaus. Followed by Thaddeus.
I'll walk up to the puppy and take a slash.
You slash that puppy for 5 points of damage and it is killed. God damn, you guys are reckless.
15. 15, yeah.
It's not really a
And I'll
reckless.
move
No, I don't. Wrong word.
Oh, wrong
Ruthless. Ruthless, I meant.
ruthless.
Okay, there we go.
Merciless.
You guys are ruthless. Okay. Thaddeus followed by Relic the Spider.
I will go here, followed by at this guy.
That is going to hit. Right on. Anything else?
That's it.
It is the Wolf Spider. So, Relic can't really tell you guys what he sees, because he's a spider right now.
Yep.
So, I'm going to leave the rest of this. Shit.
He looks at us in spider.
He looks at you in spider. I just realized that the Twitch stream was looking at the Silk of Laura the entire time. Whoops! Hate that.
Like, wow, this shot's
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. So he's going to take a bite out of this scrawny knoll. A 14 is just enough to hit. DC 11. And that deals the full 14 points of damage. And with Thaddeus's firebolt hitting him, that would be enough damage to kill him.
Woo.
Scrawny Knoll is dead. That's a nice hit from Relic. So it is this guy's, and he's going to try and attack Relic the Spider now. with his spear, and that is going to hit for 5 points of damage. Gnoll Puppy is going to attempt to flank. He's going to hop right up on the table behind him, club him, and that is going to deal an additional 1 point of damage. It is Urik's turn. Urik, you enter the room and you see all of your coworkers and your boss tied up tied up and gagged, and so you now hear all their muffling.
Boss.
What?
Darn. They didn't kill the boss? Darn.
Yeah.
Hostile takeover.
Guy's a twat.
Yeah. He looks
I mean,
like one.
You could do it now and no one would know.
I mean, all the other workers there would. Anyways, I'm gonna Searing Smite again.
Okay. Hit him. That is not enough. It is Duncan's turn, followed by Klaus.
Duncan, sensing the end of the fight sort of near, is going to approach the little puppy. Can I attack him from here, or do I need
That's
to go
on the other side of the wall, yeah. You can do it
so
there.
I need to go here?
Yeah.
I can do it here?
Yep,
Cool.
yep.
Like, as he's charging, he also sort of switches his sword, puts his sword back in the holster, and brings his loot out, and like plays a little ding 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 ding, a little jingle that appeals to Thaddeus's ears in particular. So that's a bardic inspiration dice for Thaddeus.
Aha.
Put that in chat. And then I'm going to go ahead, cast Booming Blade on my longsword, and attack with both hands on the little Gnoll puppy.
Okay.
Fuck.
That does not hit.
It doesn't now. Oh, do I get flanking because Relic's there?
You need to be on the opposite end.
Right, okay. Yep.
Unfortunately. I'm ruling the same for the enemies as well, so... Yep. All good.
No problem.
Klaus, followed by Thaddeus.
I'll move to the other side of this guy and stab him.
That's gonna hit. 9 slashing damage. He is bloodied.
And it's my turn.
Thaddeus, followed by Relic.
Alrighty, I will take the opportunity to move forward to that. And let's see if I can take this guy down to
With a firebolt. That is going to deal quite a bit of damage, but not enough to kill him, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
The Gnoll or the Gnoll pup?
I was gonna get the main Gnoll.
Yeah. Is the scrawny boy. Yep. It's not enough to kill him. Yeah, bloodied is half.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Relic is going to attack him with advantage, and that is going to be enough to hit and enough to kill him, just with the bite alone. He's no longer flanked, but now he's going to just turn menacingly towards the puppy, who is scared to death now. But the puppy is still going to... The puppy has not lost his way, and he's going to try and club Relic and fail miserably. Urik, you want to put this one to rest? You want to put this puppy out of his misery? That's going to hit. And add a 1d6 fire. Please do 4 damage. The puppy's collapsed on the ground and he's on fire, and
He is on fire, yeah.
he's got 1 hit point left.
We could just leave him, he would die.
You can probably do that. Unless...
I'm gonna give this puppy a dignified death.
Okay.
He
I'm gonna
doesn't deserve
execute
a
it.
dignified death.
Okay. You
It's
execute
a full metal, it's a
puppy.
roll damage, but yeah, I execute the puppy.
You execute the puppy. Okay. Victory. Right on. Okay, so, I guessing you guys untie the co-workers and stuff?
Klaus will check
I
down
guess.
here to see if there's any more kobolds.
Gnolls?
But Gnolls, seeing as there's none left, he'll come back up and help them.
Yeah, Duncan unties some as well, yeah.
Okay, so they are untied, and Ulrich, when that is kind of done, you notice that your shrine is in the room below. You usually have it upstairs, but it seems the Gnolls brought it downstairs, and it was a little heavy for them, so they were trying to steal it, but now it is downstairs, and you seem to be drawn to it.
It's that, right?
Like as if magic?
Yeah, he's drawn to. What do you mean it's not right?
No, it's that, right?
Yeah. Yep, that is the shrine.
Okay.
Do you guys have your sound on? Like you're able to hear stuff?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, Ulrich, when you kind of reach out to the shrine starts to speak to you, and you hear the voice of what you assume is your deity.
Ulrich, I thank you for your devotion and relay to you 3 messages. I have watched you, and your work is satisfactory, though there is still much for you to learn. While the irons you strike and bond in my name are strong, even stronger are the bonds of your companions. Protect them, and you will craft and unleash something far more valuable than any exquisite ware. Further, there is a sickness growing in this land, and you have heard its name. Violetta must be destroyed, for they believe they can judge and build anew the bodies of the fallen. This is preposterous. Humble them so I may be their judge. Finally, I have a task you must fulfill when the time is right and the resources permit. You will erect a statue of my person on this island. It will stand 20 feet tall, constructed of my blessed steel. My golden crown shall be embedded with the 7 sacred gems of Reyam, proving the reach of my influence on this continent. Build the statue and show the people who it is that judges them and reforges them in the afterlife. Do this, and your God will reward you well. Hold my tenets close, and be not fooled by the pretenders who follow me. Right now, I command you to rise and fight.
And with that, throughout the entire room, a bluish glow just kind of emanates from the shrine, and it touches everything in the room, everyone there, and you all feel a bolt of vigor inside of you. And with that, it heals you completely, and all of your expended spell slots are now back.
Hey.
Hey.
That was very impressive. Did we all hear that, or was it just Eric in sort of a trance as we all watched?
It was Uruk, but I wanted you guys to hear it.
Detect magic is always on for Klaus, so was the shrine just blinding him?
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
There was a god present basically.
I don't know what that was, but I almost went blind looking at that shrine. Ugh. I need to learn how to turn this off.
So, Urek, do you say anything?
First, do I know what the 7 gems of Reyam are?
Off the top of your head, not off the top of your head, you know that they are kind of the stuff of
History
legends.
check?
Yeah, history check.
Nope.
Doesn't stone cunning give you a boost?
That's related to the origin of stonework.
Oh, okay, yeah. So for gems,
I mean, if they're considered stonework, I would have advantage.
no, they're minerals. So it's something that's not really coming to you clearly. It's you've heard that they're sort of the stuff of legend, but oh, I actually forgot to put in Har. Har is another coworker of yours. Just a second. Wow, it is not letting me click anywhere now.
As this is happening, Duncan is just going to approach Urek and sort of put his arm around his shoulder and pat him.
So,
There, oh boy. You seemed a bit out of sorts there.
Urek, what was that? The
Nothing, it's
magic
all
that
fine.
was-
They just,
the shrine was blasted with so much magic. I'm almost blind. And Klaus is just rubbing his eyes.
Urek,
don't worry about it.
among your coworkers is Har, and he's a lot older than you. You're still only in your 20s as a dwarf, and so you figure he might know a little bit about them. But yeah, the 7 Dragonballs. Yeah, they basically. So Urek is a young boy. Anything you guys want to
I'm
do?
just gonna ask it as a question to the room if anybody's ever heard of them or knows anything about them.
Can we roll history or something?
You can all roll history, sure.
I was gonna ask, I'm proficient, so.
And do you have any idea how much longer planning to be?
We could end it now if you want. The next section is actually going to be a pretty fun one, but if you're pressed for time, then we could end it here if you want.
I'm fine.
I know you're
I'm
fine.
just fine.
So I suspect that, like, what's your definite cutoff time, Darehawk? Like 30 minutes?
5 to 10 minutes?
5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. We can... Okay. I'll tell you what. We can get the next part set up in that amount of time, and it'll be something for you guys to look forward to next week. So, first let's handle this check. Brontos, Thaddeus, you recall, because the rest of them were not able to really touch upon it, you recall the 7 gems of Reyam from kind of your travels and from your master, and also it kind of came to you after you received one of those that vial of Sesprenix from Orisis. I think that was his name. But you do remember now, after hearing that Sesprenix is one of the 7 gems of Reyam. And though, now that you look at it, the Sesprenix in your vial is just like kind of it all broken apart. It's not in a solid form, but you know that this is one of the minerals, and so you can tell him that if you want. But other than that, you only know the names of them, but not exactly where to find them. They are they are legendary, and you know that they are not something that are too easy to find.
Are they different types of gems, or are they like literally the one gem and they're called that?
They are different gems. So I'll.
So what I have in my vials is like shavings off a gem almost.
Yeah, it's like little chips, tiny little chips of it. So I'll send you over I'll put that together for you a little bit later, but yeah, that's what we can say about the 7 gems of Reyam. As for right now, did you guys have anything else you wanted to do in here, or did you want to move on to the next section?
Loot the Gnolls.
Loot the Gnolls.
Put my shrine away.
While Eric puts his shrine away, can I just like see if I can discern which deity it might be associated with?
Yeah. Make a religion check. It'll be pretty low. It's fine. You know that is a shrine to Suluk.
Solok.
Yep.
What's Solok's domain? Forgery, I presume. Like.
He is the Forge Master.
So the way deities work in my game is that they can be associated with any domain, but a lot of the people who work with Solok are forge or kind of creation, life, fire, things like that. He's a
Right.
Yeah, you can see the detailed description of him in the deities. I think I have that in resources, but yeah, that is the Shrine of Solok.
He's a just noble god, right?
They morality,
Depends
nobility.
where you're from in the world.
It depends.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different interpretations where you go.
If you
Alright,
were
that's it for me.
lived in the
If you lived in Almay,
in OEME, you want to think so.
yeah. So, in any case, yeah, Urek, you bring your shrine back upstairs. It's pretty heavy, but you managed to do it. And you loot the Gnolls, and they have 3 gold, 3 silver, and 5 copper on them. Do you put it in party gold?
Yep.
Okay, updated. And with that, do you guys now proceed on to the next area?
The next one?
Yes. Where
Middle
would that?
class?
Is that the middle class residences?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. So as you make your way towards the middle class area, it is kind of as you've seen, or as you've heard. It just seems like there's groups of Gnolls that are going house to house looting what they can. And they're making off with quite a bit. And so while you guys are walking along the street, I'll just say, no, it's not that big of a deal. You feel I'll say, Duncan, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and a voice speaks out to you. Get in here, quick! They'll notice you!
Duncan immediately ducks into wherever the hand came from.
And just do the rest of you follow? This seems to be like a man who... This is his house.
Did we notice?
Yeah.
Sure, why
Or
not?
Yeah.
is Duncan just gone?
Yes.
I was going to say secretive.
Alright.
He notices, you guys all notice and hear him. So, you guys...
Hey, little boy.
Little boy.
He goes in there. He says, "My name is Janus Disler, and this is my family's store. I know that the Gnolls are coming by, and it's so dangerous out there. But I feel like with you here, we might have a chance at pushing them back. Please, I have a wife and children. We'll offer you what we can, but we have nowhere to go if we lose our home." And so, with that is where we will end the session. But
All right.
when I end the session, we will end it saying that you guys take a look around the house to prepare for possible barricading, among other things. So I will leave you guys a list of materials that you have found in the house.
Do we level up?
Nope.
Level 20.
I will see you later.
Okay, in tasks side quests, that's where the list of resources is. Thank you very much for coming, everyone.
Woohoo, this list. That's a hell of a list.
That's everything you're able to find in the house, and so this is a creative exercise now.
So we're trying to barricade this house from the Gnolls, right?
Yeah.
It's still the same principle, right? Window,
Yeah,
window,
doors, or openings as well. And yeah,
What is this?
That's a big opening, a big hole.
Oh.
Is that the way the man grabbed me from?
Yeah, it's where he grabbed you out of, and so you
The
can
guy
discern that there was this boulder right here was rolled through the house, and that knocked out the wall on the first floor, and so it's created a big opening for Gnolls to crawl through. But everything that's on that list, you can see it, a graphic for it in the house.
If that's the guy's wife, he's really boxing above his weight class.
Yep.
So, I will leave it with that. And, hell, I'll just leave this as the scene that it stays on if you guys have any ideas of what you want to do before the next session.
Just a quick
Sounds
question.
good.
How big are the bookshelves?
Bookshelves?
Bookshelves.
They're about as you see them. They're almost 10 feet long.
Where are they?
Second floor.
Oh, second.
But I'm going to end the stream now. So thank you again, guys.